Set in pre-Civil War United States, 12 Years a Slave chronicles the incredible true story of a free black man from upstate New York sold into slavery in the American South.
Hi, this is Chiwetel Ejiofor. You're watching Made in Hollywood. Here's a scene from 12 Years a Slave.
I was born a free man, lived with my family in New York.
Be good for your mother.
Until the day I was deceived.
To Solomon.
Kidnapped, sold into slavery.
I feel like as actors, you do some films and you kind of move on. You don't really think about them very much afterwards. I feel like this film might not be that way for you.
That's true. You know, making this film was probably one of the most extraordinary experiences of my life, as an actor and just generally.
I said yes because I would follow Steve McQueen into Kabul. So I said yes because he is that type of filmmaker.
It was coming to terms with and getting involved with Solomon Northup and his extraordinary 12 years was just incredible.
It's the first movie of its kind in a long time, you know, that does such an authentic job at telling the truth about this part of our country's history.
And cut. Cutting. Okay.
And then to do that with people like Steve McQueen and Michael Fassbender, this somebody who's new to film, Lupita Nyong'o, who is incredible, you know, an incredible actress, was a really it was a kind of profound experience for me.
For me, I wanted to act first and foremost, and then to have such hefty material, and then to have it to be in such incredible hands with Steve McQueen. I would have been a fool to say anything but yes.
I read the script and I was just, you know, so moved by this extraordinary man. Solomon Northup is just is a story that needed to be told.
1,000 for Platt. My fairest price.
Mr. Chapin.
Yes, sir.
You can take these two up to the mill, start them working.
When you take on a character like this, do you have to find the humanity in him, even though he really is a bad guy?
Absolutely, yeah. And you know, there's the great thing about discovering or unraveling Epps was that there's so much fear, and there's so many human flaws in there.
Man does how he pleases with his property.
Michael Fassbender's character is his own monster, but not, you know, I don't really think we are monsters. I think what we are terrible tragedies, really, because we're a real product of our circumstances.
And also, you know, obviously the relationship with Patsy. You know, the fact that he's in love with Patsy, but, you know, won't allow himself, he can't allow himself. How did that happen?
Because she's a slave.
Yeah, she's a slave.
She is the involuntary mistress of their tyrannical slave master, Edwin Epps, and she withstands his affections and oftentimes his incredible cruelty.
She's a woman who's desperately afraid of losing her husband and her standing in her home, and because he's in love with another woman, and you know, she behaves really despicably to defend her territory.
And so he sets about beating her and trying to destroy her and destroy this feeling that he has for her. And Shaw is living out the dream that Epps would like to be living that way, but he can't. So there's a lot of complexity in there, and that allowed for me to find a complex human being.
I will not fall into despair. I will offer up my talents to Master Ford. I will keep myself hardy till freedom is opportune.
Really is a story that I don't think we've seen before either.
No, and I hadn't heard of this guy. I hadn't heard of this book. And so amazed that I didn't hear about it. And hopefully now, you know, it get reintroduced into the curriculum. That would be amazing. But yeah, you know, Steve dealt with, you know, he said to me, I want to make a film about slavery. So I knew it was going to be a thorough examination of it.
I'd never seen a story about slavery from inside the slave experience, and I felt the responsibility of that and the need to go to those places and to really try and get it right. And then I questioned myself, you know, and whether I could do that.
Marker. Camera set. Action!
When I felt that it was possible, I called Steve and I said, I want to try. I want to try and tell this story.
And I knew it was going to be filled with complexity, which we probably haven't seen before in dealing with this topic.
I was a free man. I'm not a slave.